Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. All praise to the Most High. Another blessed opportunity to get it in. You understand? And I'm just grateful for life another day. You feel me? And another opportunity to get in the Word and share the Word and do the work that the Most High have ordained. So I pray this be a blessing to y'all. And today I'm gonna be touching on the 70 missing verses in Second Esdras. You understand? And the whole focus and theme of this is hell, the pit of torment. You understand that? And not sure if y'all read Second Esdras yet, but that's definitely a book you want to actually read. Now, Second Esdras itself is one of the 14 books of the Apocrypha, removed from the original 1611 KJV Bible, leaving a total of 66 books in current versions of the Bible, the main ones that's distributed predominantly throughout the earth today. The 70 missing verses are not part of the King James Version Apocrypha. Let me repeat that. The 70 missing verses are not part of the King James Version Apocrypha, but are revealed in the Cambridge Annotated Study Apocrypha, edited by Howard Clark Kee. These verses are also available in the New Revised Standard Version of the Holy Bible with the Apocrypha, and that one is by Oxford University Press. You understand? So it's official, all right? So let's get it. Now, these particular verses here, all right, I'm going to be reading and quoting from the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible. You understand that? Which is also a very good apocryphal, book to read. I like the New Revised Standard Version. It kind of, it's on point for what I'm saying, right? So feel free to look into it. You got the liberty too, and it flows, and you'll get some clarity in there. You understand? So I'm just going to touch on the 70 missing verses, but feel free to read the whole chapter, this whole segment with Ezra's, bringing his concerns to the Most High and actually getting answered. You understand that, and eventually getting clarity as to why things are the way they are and why there must be a judgment and why it's so crucial of a judgment. You understand? So, with that being said, family, let's get it. Second Esdras, chapter 7, verses 36 through 105. All right. Verse 36. The pit of torment shall appear, and opposite it shall be the place of rest, and the furnace of hell shall be disclosed, and opposite it the paradise of delight. Then the Most High will say to the nations that have been raised from the dead, look now, and understand whom you have denied, whom you have not served, whose commandments you have despised. Look on this side and on that. Here are delight and rest, and there are fire and torments. Thus he will speak to them on the day of judgment, a day that has no sun or moon or stars, or cloud or thunder or lightning, or wind or water or air, or darkness or evening or morning, or summer or spring, or heat or winter, or frost or cold, or hail, or rain, or dew, or noon, or night, or dawn, or shining, or brightness, or light, but only the splendor of the glory of the Most High, by which all shall see what has been destined. It will last as though for a week of years. I repeat, it will last as though for a week of years. This is my judgment and its prescribed order, and to you alone I have shown these things. I answered and said, O sovereign Lord, I said then and I say now, blessed are those who are alive and keep your commandments. But what of those for whom I prayed? For who among the living is there that has not sinned? Or who is there among mortals that has not transgressed your covenant? And now I see that the world to come will bring delight to few, but torments to many. For an evil heart has grown up in us, which has alienated us from God, and has brought us into corruption and the ways of death, and has shown us the paths of perdition, and removed us far from life, and that not merely for a few, but for almost all who have been created. He answered me and said, listen to me, Ezra, and I will instruct you, and will admonish you once more. For this reason, the Most High has made not one world, but two. Inasmuch as you have said that the righteous are not many, but few, while the ungodly abound, hear the explanation for this. If you have just a few precious stones, will you add to them lead and clay? I said, Lord, how could that be? And he said to me, not only that, but ask the earth, and she will tell you. Defer to her, and she will declare it to you. Say to her, you produce gold and silver and bronze, and also iron and lead and clay. But silver is more abundant than gold, and bronze than silver, and iron than bronze, and lead than iron, and clay than lead. Judge therefore which things are precious and desirable, those that are abundant or those that are rare. I said, O sovereign Lord, what is plentiful is of less worth, for what is more rare is more precious. He answered me and said, consider within yourself what you have thought. For the person who has what is hard to get rejoices more than a person who has what is plentiful. So also will be the judgment that I have promised. For I will rejoice over the few who shall be saved, because it is they who have made my glory to prevail now, and through them my name has now been honored. I will not grieve over the great number of those who perish, for it is they who are now like a mist, and are similar to a flame and smoke. They are set on fire and burn hotly, and are extinguished. I replied and said, O earth, what have you brought forth? If the mind is made out of the dust like the other created things, I repeat. I replied and said, O earth, what have you brought forth? If the mind is made out of the dust like the other created things? For it would have been better if the dust itself had not been born, so that the mind might have not been made from it. But now the mind grows with us, and therefore we are tormented because we perish and we know it. Let the human race lament, but let the wild animals of the field be glad. Let all who have been born lament, but let the cattle and the flocks rejoice. It is much better with them than with us, for they do not look for a judgment, and they do not know of any torment or salvation promised to them after death. What does it profit us that we shall be preserved alive but cruelly tormented? For all who have been born are entangled in iniquities, and are full of sins and burdened with transgressions. And if after death we were not to come into judgment, perhaps it would have been better for us. He answered me and said, when the Most High made the world, and Adam, and all who have come from him, he first prepared the judgment and the things that pertain to the judgment. But now understand from your own words, for you have said that the mind grows with us. For this reason, therefore, those who live on earth shall be tormented, because though they had understanding, they committed iniquity. And though they received the commandments, they did not keep them. And though they obtained the law, they dealt unfaithfully with what they received. What then will they have to say in the judgment? Or how will they answer in the last time? How long the Most High has been patient with those who inhabit the world, and not for their sake, but because of the times that he has foreordained. I answered and said, if I have found favor in your sight, O Lord, show this also to your servant, whether after death, as soon as every one of us yields up the soul, we shall be kept in rest until those times come when you will renew the creation, or whether we shall be tormented at once. He answered me and said, I will show you that also, but do not include yourself with those who have shown scorn, or number yourself among those who are tormented. For you have a treasure of work stored up with the Most High, but it will not be shown to you until the last times. Now concerning death, the teaching is, when the decisive decree has gone out from the Most High, that a person shall die, as the spirit leaves the body to return again to him who gave it, first of all, it adores the glory of the Most High. If it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way of the Most High, who have despised his law and hated those who fear God, such spirit shall not enter into habitations, but shall immediately wander about in torments, always grieving and sad in 7 ways. The first way, because they have scorned the law of the Most High. The second way, because they cannot now make a good repentance so that they may live. The third way, they shall see the reward laid up for those who have trusted the covenants of the Most High. The fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days. The fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of the others are guarded by angels in profound quiet. The sixth way, they shall see how some of them will cross over into torments. The seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame, and shall wither with fear at seeing the glory of the Most High, in whose presence they sinned while they were alive, and in whose presence they are to be judged in the last times. Now this is the order of those who have kept the ways of the Most High. I repeat. Now this is the order of those who have kept the ways of the Most High, when they shall be separated from their mortal body. During the time that they lived in it, they laboriously served the Most High, and withstood danger every hour so that they might keep the law of the lawgiver perfectly. Therefore, this is the teaching concerning them. First of all, they shall see with great joy the glory of him who receives them, for they shall have rest in 7 orders. The first order, because they have striven with great effort to overcome the evil thought that was formed with them, so that it might not lead them astray from life into death. The second order, because they see the perplexity in which the souls of the ungodly wander and the punishment that awaits them. The third order, they see the witness that he who formed them bears concerning them, that throughout their life they kept the law with which they were entrusted. The fourth order, they understand the rest that they now enjoy, being gathered into their chambers and guarded by angels in profound quiet, and the glory waiting for them in the last days. The fifth order, they rejoice that they have now escaped what is corruptible and shall inherit what is to come. And besides, they see the straits and toil from which they have been delivered, and the spacious liberty that they are to receive and enjoy in immortality. The sixth order, when it is shown them how their face is to shine like the sun, and how they are to be made like the light of the stars, being incorruptible from then on. The seventh order, which is greater than all that have been mentioned, because they shall rejoice with boldness, and shall be confident without confusion, and shall be glad without fear, for they press forward to see the face of him whom they served in life, and from whom they are to receive their reward when glorified. This is the order of the souls of the righteous, and henceforth is announced. And the previously mentioned are the ways of torment, that those who would not give heed shall suffer hereafter. Then I answered and said, will time therefore be given to souls after they have been separated from the bodies, to see what you have described to me? He said to me, they shall have freedom for 7 days, so that during these 7 days they may see the things of which you have been told, and afterwards they shall be gathered in their habitations. I answered and said, if I have found favor in your sight, show further to me, your servant, whether on the day of judgment the righteous will be able to intercede for the ungodly, or to entreat the Most High for them, fathers for sons, or sons for parents, or brothers for brothers, relatives for their kindred, or friends for those who are most dear. He answered me and said, since you have found favor in my sight, I will show you this also. The day of judgment is decisive, and displays to all the seal of truth. Just as now a father does not send his son, or a son his father, or a master his servant, or a friend his dearest friend, to be ill, or sleep, or to eat, or be healed in his place, so shall no one ever pray for another on that day, neither shall anyone lay a burden on another, for then all shall bear their own righteousness and unrighteousness. 2 Ezra chapter 7 verses 36 through 105 in the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible. All right, family, all praise to the Most High for that. And as you can see, that was not the end of this dialogue, so you definitely want to check the rest of that out. I'm just reading this segment here on from a document I had put together a while back for brothers and sisters who didn't even know that these verses existed. And many of our brothers and sisters amongst the once in the knowledge of the truth, who acknowledge their identity, you got numerous different camps who don't even believe in hell and hell judgment. They don't even believe in a place of, torment for unrepentant souls. You understand that? So it's very significant, you know what I'm saying, that we look into the scriptures, you understand, and it's proven throughout the Holy Bible itself, even without the 14 books, it's proven that hell is a place of torment and judgment for unrepentant souls, you know what I'm saying. So these 70 missing verses give a little more clarity, since they missing, here go that little nugget right here. But I just pray this encourages you to read the rest of 2nd Esdras, because as you can see, Esdras was asking him questions and saying certain type of things, questions that I couldn't even really see myself asking the Most High, because he was really questioning the Most High and his creation, and why did you make us type deal if everybody gonna perish, and all his questions got answered. But he left this dialogue with revelation and clarity as to why things are the way they are and why the Most High judged the way he judged. So I pray that this reading was a blessing to y'all, and that check it out, family. 2nd Esdras, you understand that the New Revised Standard Version of the Bible that has the Apocrypha in it has the 70 missing verses in it. So if you want to read it from there, great. All praise to the Most High. You get the King James Version. You're going to still need the Cambridge Annotated Study Apocrypha or the Revised Standard Version to actually make sure you got these 70 verses here. So either way, I'm read it so that you at least heard it and you know what's going on in between, okay, in the little segment that was left out. So obviously, there's effort put in place for us not to even know the clarity and the revelation pertaining to the judgment and hell judgment. You understand this? And this puts a lot of doctrines to naught that's contrary. You know what I'm saying? So all praises be to the Most High God, Elion Elohim, Ahaya Shir Ahaya. I'm just grateful, and I just pray that, we all make it. You feel me? Into the new world, the blessedness of it, you know what I'm saying, and that when we leave this body, that we in that profound peace where the angels guarding us, guarding our souls, amen, till we receive the reward which is promised for us, but we be there in profound quiet, and when the Lord return, we're going to be like glorified, like brighter than the stars, being able to bestow his face whom we serve. You understand that? So all our hard work is worth it. Keep striving, keep fighting for righteousness, to do that which is right and just as you are led by the Holy Spirit. Don't let the world take you. Don't let the world change you. Don't let no one change you. You understand that? Don't lean to your own understanding. Trust in the Most High. Trust in the Word. There are promises stored up for us. You understand? There's reward stored up for us to inherit and be able to embrace and enjoy for eternity. So the sacrifices we make here and the stuff we go through here on this earth right now ain't nothing compared to what's in store. We can't even imagine how good. We can't even imagine how blessed it is. So I want us all to enjoy that. You understand that? And clarity and understanding helps when it comes down to it. Hell is a real place. There's a pit of torment. You know what I'm saying? There's a judgment. You understand that? So the Most High being patient with us, and he giving us the time. So give him praises and all glory and honor. He greatly to be praised. Shalom, family. Y'all be blessed. One. Yeah.